So radial gradients, I'm going to cover this really quickly. I'm actually going to go all the way over to here. So here we have a radial gradient. So instead of saying linear gradient, we say radial gradient. And instead of saying from where and to, we say actually the center of the gradient. So here it's 75%, 75%. Then we say the shape. By default, it's elliptical. But we've said circle. And then I gave it a color stop. So that's actually not hard to render. That's not going to use up that much memory because there is no transparency. It's not shading from one color to another. But I don't think I can change this, but let me try. No, this doesn't update automatically, so it's really a moot point. Okay. Some slides update or not. So let me show you, this is the example as to why that was a bad, right? Because the center of this gradient is right here. You can't see that. Because it's going to the farthest corner. So the blue here is only at that corner, which means that this gradient size is that. All the way out to here. So when you paint that on a mobile device, that's way bigger than your mobile window, and it will crash your mobile device. Because anything that's bigger than 1024 in some devices will be tiled in memory, and will just basically eat up all the memory. It's not going to eat up all the memory, but you're just not going to have any room to do anything else. So if you're doing anything else, the combination will crash your browser. And when you're on a mobile device and you run out of memory, what does the browser do? It crashes to free up memory. Okay, so the default value is actually furthest corner. You could do closest corner, and if we did that, the gradient would actually just be this big. Let's see if we can do that. This might be an updatable slide. Apparently this is not an updatable slide. Okay, this would be an updatable slide though, hopefully. Background size, 200, yep. So let's just do 600 by 600. Okay, so here we have a circle, right? I'm just going to do that because I couldn't show you before. Oh, I know what I can do. I can just get rid of this. No, I can't. It's not letting me. I'm failing miserably, so I'm going to stop with that. But basically, you can play around with background size to make your to do funky designs. So what I did on the last one was I just had multiple background images and offset them. Remember that disco ball? It was actually transparent on the inside and colored on the outside. So it was transparent. Yay, nothing's working. I give up. Okay, so that's it for gradients. That's a really bad way to end gradients. So let me open up a deck. Hold on a second. Okay, so I'm just going to do background, image, WebKit, radial, gradient, and make it 50%, 50%, circle, red. It's going to fail again because this is my life today. Green. Oh no, okay, there. So I'm going to do height 400 pixels. Okay, so here we have a circle, right? And this is the default value, except for I can get rid of circle, and that's the default value, right? That is ugly. So let's just do 50%. That makes it yellow. 50%. Okay. So that's what it kind of looks like, except for it actually goes all the way to the corner. Now, if I make it 100%, 100%, right? The end of the yellow is actually right there. And I'm going to actually show that by doing yellow 99% and black 99%. Okay, so you see how it goes right up to there? That's how far it goes. Now if I do circle, it makes it circular, but the center of this circle is right here. And then if I do closest corner, which I think is right here, maybe it's right there. Maybe it's the wrong syntax. Hold on a second, let me get it from the gradients. I'm just going to go with closest side because apparently my syntax is off and I don't know why. Okay, so it doesn't need the comma, which is why the issue is. Let's get rid of circle. And it's just unhappy, and I'm going to give up before I fail. But the general idea is that that is the furthest corner, and so that's where the end of it is. If I had done closest side, oh, that's why it was all black. Because my middle is right there, so the closest side is right there, so it's actually 0 pixels. If I had done 75%, 75%, and then I've done circle and closest side. Let's hope it works, because there, that's what it looks like. So it's touching the closest side versus the closest corner. You see that? Does that make sense to people? So if you're making a circle with closest side on a mobile device, that's how it's going to be smaller. But if you're just letting the default values, it's going to be this huge thing that's bigger than the page. So that is the problem with the radial gradients.